nitrous oxide one molecule of nitrous oxide N2O, NO2 or N2O? One molecule of nitrous oxide is having potential equal to 296 molecules of carbon dioxide. That is, one molecule of nitrous oxide can trap 296 times more heat than carbon dioxide. And this nitrous oxide is being released by way of two important sources are, one is fertilizers and burning of biomass. Now what we see, this nitrous oxide is even more dangerous than methane in heat trapping potential. Apart from this, basically nitrous oxide, you can also see ozone. You see ozone. This ozone, when it is found in troposphere, it behaves entirely differently than when it is found in ozonosphere. The same ozone in ozonosphere acts as basically deterrent for ultraviolet radiation. This ozone, when it is present in stratosphere or ozonosphere, it protects the earth from UV radiation. But the same ozone, when it is present in troposphere, it does not absorb UV radiation. Rather, it acts as pure greenhouse gas. One molecule of ozone is having potential equal to 30 molecules of carbon dioxide. The same ozone, when it is present in troposphere, it does not absorb UV radiation. Rather, it purely acts as greenhouse gas. Now, apart from these, there are also purely man-made greenhouse gases like chlorofluorocarbon, CFCs. Apart from these, there are also purely man-made greenhouse gases, that is CFCs. Now, CFCs are basically, they have been banned under Montreal Protocol because CFCs are ozone-depleting substances. They deplete the ozone layer. How do they deplete the ozone layer? Can I discuss this? How do the ozone deplete the ozone? These CFCs deplete the ozone layer. CFCs are responsible for depleting the ozone layer, and thereby it enables more UV radiation to enter the earth. This UV radiation causes skin cancer. Apart from it, if more UV radiation will enter the earth, more warming will take place, isn't it? Secondly, one molecule of CFC has potential equal to 10,000 times of carbon dioxide. Its potential is huge. It is doubly destructive. Once it destroys ozone, thereby enable more of UV radiation to enter the surface, enter the earth. And secondly, this heat trapping potential of CFC is enormous. And basically that is why they have been banned under Montreal Protocol as well as other protocols. India was one of the first country to achieve the target of Montreal Protocol. Under Montreal Protocol, it was said per capita emission of CFC should be reduced to 300 grams. India was already having 3 grams because the population of the per capita, moreover it was using AC refrigerator, which was not so common in India at that time. So basically India was already within the target. 3 grams. Now let us, before proceeding ahead, let us discuss how do the CFCs destroy ozone. Otherwise I will forget. Didn't I discuss in previous class? No, in second batch. So they will take the recording. Maybe I have discussed this. Because this chapter is so huge, it can take 2 days if I keep on discussing. So much developments are taking place. Current updates ले लेना, ठीक है? Because this chapter तो हर daily news आती है, daily update होता है chapter तो. वो current development भी है ना, वो सारे ले लेना. तो अभी तो इसमें लिखा नहीं है, इसको तो लोग लिख लेना बेटा. जैसे समझाऊंगा ना, मेरे पास printed है, मैं printed दे दूँगा, वो लिख लेना. इसमें नहीं है. CFC इसके बाद लिखना नहीं है. चलो मैं समझाता हूँ हाउ द CFCs deplete ozone. Basically this can also be asked in prelims, नहीं? How actually they affect. इसमें है नहीं. So do one thing कि I have at some place नोट्स लाया और नोट्स में है नहीं ना. तो ऐसा होता है. डिप्लीशन क्यों होना पड़ेगा? डिप्लीशन की स्पेलिंग है DIP now I am explaining the process how the ozone depletion takes place. Now you might have heard that the ozone depletion, what we mean by ozone depletion? There is an ozone layer. Ozone thickness is measured in Dobson unit. Dobson. Ozone thickness is measured in Dobson unit. When the thickness of ozone layer reduces from 3 Dobson unit to 1 Dobson unit, then we say ozone hole has taken place. There is no hole, rather the thickness of ozone decreases. When the thickness of ozone decreases from 3 Dobson unit to 1 Dobson unit, we call it ozone hole, right? You might have heard that ozone hole takes place in the spring season over North Pole and South Pole, है ना? And the duration of ozone hole is more over the South Pole, that is over Antarctica. The ozone hole is for longer duration and is larger in extent. This is the season of ozone hole. You will see newspapers. This is the spring season. Now the ozone hole might be most marked in the northern hemisphere. It occurs in spring season, both over Arctic Ocean as well as Antarctica. And over Antarctica, its duration is longer, it stays for long, and the size of ozone hole is larger. What do we mean by ozone hole? That is, thickness of ozone has decreased, which increases the chances of UV radiation entering the earth. Now, first case, why do the ozone hole gets formed over Arctic Ocean and Antarctic Ocean when most of the ozone depleting substances are being released in tropical and temperate areas? Most of the people are living in tropical and temperate areas. Most of the greenhouse gases are released over here, CFCs are released over here. Then why does the ozone hole gets formed over Arctic and Antarctic Ocean? Arctic Ocean and Antarctica. Second question is, why is that duration of ozone hole and the extent of ozone hole is larger over Antarctica? Are you getting this? Now, first, two questions are there. Have you taken down the question? क्वेश्चन में लिख लो, आंसर भी लिखना. मतलब पढ़ा क्या रहे हैं, डिस्कशन में भी तो ध्यान रहना चाहिए. हम लोग डिस्कस क्या कर रहे हैं, ये सब एक बार प्रिंटेड कर बता के अभी क्लास के बाद इमीडिएटली ले लेगा. सर थिकनेस 1 ऑप्शन मिनिमम है, इससे नीचे. हाँ, इससे नीचे तो इतनी हो जाती है ओजोन होल क्या कहते हैं. अगर इतनी थिकनेस हो जाती है ना, then we call it ozone hole. नहीं भाई, हाँ मतलब थिकनेस 3 ऑप्शन में से ये क्यों होता है सब वो समझ में आ जाएगा. पोलर वॉर्टेक्स नाम सुना है कभी? तो क्या वो डिस्कस करते जा रहे हैं बेटा? Why the whole ozone hole gets formed over Arctic Ocean and Antarctica when the most of the CFCs are released in temperate and tropical areas? Second, why is that the duration of ozone hole and the extent of ozone hole is larger over Antarctica and compared to Arctic, above Arctic Ocean. First, why does the ozone hole get formed over Arctic Ocean and Antarctic continent, over North Pole and South Pole? See, although this CFC is released mostly in tropical and temperate countries, but in the upper atmosphere the turbulence is there, wind movement is there, and because of this turbulence, these CFCs are uniformly distributed over the entire atmosphere. Although they are released over around tropics and temperate region, but in the upper atmosphere because of turbulence, these CFCs are uniformly distributed over the entire atmosphere. One thing. These CFCs, they exist in the form of compound in the atmosphere, and compounds are not reactive. They exist in the form of compound, so they are not reactive. Now, what happens over poles? See, I told you during winters, the polar region is extremely cold. During winters, the polar region is extremely cold compared to surrounding region. As a result, above poles, you will have low temperature and high pressure. In the surrounding region, compared to this, temperature will be high and pressure will be low. In polar region, the land will be intensely cold, so the air is cold, dense and heavy. In the surrounding region, the air is warm and rarefied. On the surface, cold core anticyclone will get formed, but with height, this cold core anticyclone will transform into cold core cyclone. This cold core cyclone is known as polar vortex. So, this cold core cyclone that gets formed in winters in the upper atmosphere, that is known as polar vortex. पोलर वॉर्टेक्स की वजह से यूएस में ज़्यादा बरसात हुई थी, नहीं न्यूज़पेपर में आया था? अब पढ़ना, अब स्प्रिंग सीजन में ओजोन होल बन रहा है ना, मैक्सिमम है, नेट पे देखा जाता है, तो लोग बताएंगे ओजोन होल इज इट गेट्स फॉर्म्ड इन स्प्रिंग सीजन. So what happens? This cold core cyclone gets formed. In cold core cyclone, winds are almost circular. On the surface, the winds converge towards the center. Why? Bata. In a cyclone, winds converge to the center on the surface. Palak. On the surface, what is this? Is cold core cyclone, na? Low pressure center. On the surface, because of friction, velocity is reduced, produces force is less, so air starts converging to the center. But when it will get formed in the upper atmosphere, these are gradient winds which will move in circle. They will move in circle. As a result of this circular movement, what happens? It happens in stratosphere and basically ozonosphere. Because of this circular movement, this is known as polar vortex. It is actually what? Cold core. And in the upper atmosphere, the winds will be circular. As a result of till winter season, it becomes very intense. This traps the ozone which was present inside will remain inside, and the ozone layer which is outside will remain outside. The ozone layer which is formed within this circular movement will be segregated, separated from the ozone layer which is outside. Are you getting it? Air is moving like this. So whatever ozone that was trapped inside will remain trapped, and ozone from outside cannot fill in. Now, some chlorofluorocarbons were already existing here. They are existing in the entire atmosphere in the form of compound, so they were not reactive, right? As the winter proceeds, the temperature of the air in this region will decrease. And when the temperature decreases below minus 82 degrees centigrade, then polar stratospheric clouds made up of sulfuric acid and nitric acid gets formed in this polar vortex. During winters, this polar vortex has got formed. Its function is it has segregated the ozone that was outside from the ozone that is within. Second thing, when the temperature lowers down to below minus 82 degrees centigrade, then within the polar vortex, what gets formed? PSC, that is these are made up of sulfuric acid and nitric acid. They provide the base. For any chemical reaction, some base should be there. As soon as these polar stratospheric clouds get formed, whatever CFC compounds were existing here, the compound gets attached to the clouds, and chlorine atom, which is highly reactive, it becomes separated. Any doubt? As soon as this PSC cloud gets formed, when temperature is below minus 82, when it gets formed, the CFC, which is existing in the form of compound, the compound will get attached to the PSC cloud, and the highly reactive chlorine atom becomes separated. But during winters, chlorine does not react, because during winters there is no sunshine, and without light, without energy, chlorine cannot conduct chemical reactions. Winters, it keeps lying in the dormant state. As spring season begins, sunlight starts reaching and chlorine becomes active. Chlorine atom becomes active. On an average, one chlorine atom destroys 1 lakh ozone molecules. This reaction continues and it keeps on destroying the ozone, as the spring is beginning. By the end of spring, the ozone has been destroyed significantly. Because of polar vortex, the ozone from outside cannot fill in. Therefore, ozone layer becomes very thin, which is called as ozone hole. But as the spring season progresses, now the summers will start appearing. The temperature will go above minus 82. The polar stratospheric clouds will melt. The compound that was attached with the polar stratospheric cloud, that compound is released. Chlorine again attaches with that compound, becomes unreactive. This polar vortex disappears because of increasing temperature, and ozone from outside starts filling the ozone hole in the polar vortex, and ozone hole disappears by the summers. Clear?